Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Mystical Misadventures. I figured I'd start out this episode with just a little experimentation. I've been wanting to see what this thing does. It is called a Mana Storm charge, and the Lexicon Botania warns you, don't use it near anything that you might want to keep around. So I'm over here at this little castle that I cleared out a while back. And we're actually up on the second floor here. I'm gonna open this wall up so that I can get in and out of that wall right there. But we'll take a quick look on the outside. Noct is here too. Somewhere he flew his dragon over. Must have put it away. But we're gonna let this thing off on that second. Oh, there's the dragon up there. He's cool.
Yep, I'm here.
What I need to do is hello. Did I say you guys could interfere with what I'm doing here? No. Get out of here. So we have to hit it with a mana burst in order to light it off. Now I've actually gone and made myself a mana blaster, so that's going to allow me to hit it with a mana burst here. And we'll see. Probably don't. Celebratory mana burst will probably work. That seems to have worked. Yeah, that definitely is effective at destruction.
Yeah, it was. Holy cow.
Oh, and it's still going.
Oh, yes. Okay, I have seen these go off before. Yeah, they're too ridiculous. Oh, that would actually work rather well for what I'm doing downstairs below my town.
Yes, but does it ever stop? That is the question.
Yes, it does eventually stop.
Okay. Wow,
it just lasts a bit.
That is some serious destruction. Let's see, some of the bolts are like shooting off into the space, and oh, this is gonna leave a massive crater whenever it's done. Look at it all.
Yep. Oof.
Oh, they like speed up as it gets. Oh, and they. Oh goodness!
It becomes more intense, and yep. I'm just sitting back watching.
It gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. I think in there it's done. Okay. Boom!
One final blast, but yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's a big hole. That's a big hole.
Just a wee bit, yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, getting better.
Hey, dragon fits comfortably in there.
Nice. I say if I ever want to just destroy something, I'll launch one. I will definitely use one of those again.
Or a couple of them.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even imagine having more than one go off at a time. Here, I'll really go nuts and pick up all the blocks. Now, I really could have collected a lot of blocks if I would have had my magnet ring on at the beginning of this. But I will go ahead and throw it on right now just so all these blocks don't just hang around here. And that'll collect a lot of sandstone and sand, which I can always use some more of that. Goodness, okay.
I crashed.
Whoops. Yeah, and those were like high intensity explosions too. Now, I guess while we're talking about mana and Botania here at the beginning of this, I am getting ready to do some Astral Sorcery here real soon, but go ahead and put this magnet ring back away since it looks like I got as much as I can carry. I'm getting ready to do some Astral Sorcery here for the rest of the episode, but I figured I'd talk about real quick about this mana blaster that I made off camera. It does have the clip which allows it to have the 6 separate lenses, and I've got this celebratory one which makes fireworks of random colors. Now the random colors actually comes from the fact that I added a mana pearl to each one of the lenses to give it that rainbow effect, and I did that to all the lenses just because I liked that idea of that. Now this is the boar one. This one will dig blocks. Pretty cool, and it's got each one of them has an additional lens added to it, so it's board potency for that combination. I've got this force one, which I believe is, yeah, that's the one that just pushes things like a piston. And I think I have just velocity on that one so that it happens fast. Flash leaves a little light source. What's really cool is the fact that it has the rainbow thing on it, so that every little flash that I leave is going to be a slightly different color based on whatever the lens is at the moment that it hits. Pretty cool. And weight is another interesting one. So if I have like floating blocks, or if I ever leave like floating blocks in the air, I can use that weight and it'll force them to fall out of the sky like that. That's pretty cool. It's a great way to get rid of that, some of those blocks that are floating up in there. It's one of my favorites. And then I have the Emtropic one, which is the explosions that we just seen a second ago. And it's got the potency on it so that they're larger explosions. Pretty nice. And I think that's it. That's all 6 of them. There we go. Celebratory. And the sun's up, so it is time to teleport away. And get ready to do some... What did that I get? Bitumen. Somehow I managed to get some bitumen out of all that.
Probably some oil sand somewhere.
Yeah, there must have been a little bit of oil sand in amongst all that stuff that we were destroying over there. Toss that in there for time being. But yep, now it's time to get ready to do some Astral Sorcery. See what we can get done on that today. And of course, we're definitely going to be using our Awakened Crystal, but we're going to try to give Nox Village a little chance to catch up, because we don't want them to starve over there just because we need it to be nighttime.
Thank you.
And while yeah, no problem. While we're waiting for that, I will show you a couple of the upgrades that I did on the inside of the base here too. So we've added some things to our mob farm here that allow it to empty out this chest automatically. Now, if we go back in here, do remember that I have a controller slave right there. Oop, I need some bricks to replace that one that I just broke. So I do have a controller slave connected right over that, kind of close to the mob farm, not too far off from it. So that one right there. Now to access that and get things in there, of course I'm using integrated dynamics, and I've got another secret button here on the wall that opens up this staircase that allows me down in here to this maintenance area, where I've got the logic cables. One runs over here to the controller slave, where I've got an item exporter just exporting all items. Now because it's a drawer system and all the drawers are locked, it'll only export the items from the chest that will fit into that system. So anytime there's bones or anything like that in there, they'll automatically get exported over there. All I have to do is make sure that that contact lever right there is turned off. Now, I didn't really need to use a contact lever. I could have used just a regular old lever, but I figured, you know, if that's a kind of a cramped space anyway, I didn't want a lever sticking out in your face as you're trying to kill mobs. So when that contact lever is turned on, this item exporter goes to work. Now this one only works when that is on. So and it just dumps everything that's in that chest straight into an open crate, which then drops down, and I get to show you something else here real cool. Drops down, oh, hang on, let's close that first, then close that up, and now I get to show you the really cool luminizers. I made a couple of these. These are also Botania things, not too expensive if we look that up real quick. Well, actually they are kind of expensive. Luminizers, there they are right there. And this isn't too bad, the Dragonstone, the Glowstone, but making these red strings using a block of redstone, pixie dust, and ender air bottles. I'm not sure why there's 2 recipes for it. There's one that uses a pumpkin and one that doesn't. Goodness. He didn't like the pumpkin.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. He doesn't like the pumpkin recipe. I'm not sure why that's a recipe even. But anyway, that's not the recipe we use. We use one without the pumpkin. And when we click that, I've got these linked up so that it just takes us down magically through the air. down to bedrock. Now I don't have one that takes me back up, but I really don't need one because I have my Sigil of Holding that has all those teleport locations to it. And I can just teleport myself back up to my bedroom whenever I want. But I thought that was a nice, quick, much quicker way to get downstairs. It's safe for anybody to use. It's not just a hole that I can drop down. I probably could have just dropped down through a hole, but it's also really awesome looking when you're actually in it. I need to put some lights back there, I think, because occasionally mobs like to spawn back in there. But yeah, when you're actually on it and you like look down, it's really cool visual effect. It brings you down to bedrock. That also brings me down right here to the pool of lava that is underneath that garbage dump, basically. So if we head back up for just a second again, come over and we look in the chest, there might be a couple items in here. No, there's nothing in there right now, but if we turn it on and kill a few things. Now anything like bones, skulls, wither skulls, any kind of arrows, when they get picked up, they're going to automatically end up back in the drawer system. Now I don't have a necrotic bone drawer, but I don't really need one because I really don't need it. No, honestly. I have a few in a chest someplace, and that's probably more than I'll ever need. So I'm just going to let them go. But as this chest is filling up with various items that I don't want, now this is another thing that I definitely need to make sure I get out of there before I dump it. Let's turn the mob spawner off and clear out everything that's currently in there. I think it's hilarious that the laser looks like it comes from your forehead rather than your actual laser gun.
It's a whole laser eyes thing, man.
It does. Like if you it looks like it's coming from your forehead if you're in first person or third person view as well. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. But okay, now we've got a bunch of stuff in here that we don't want. We don't want any of this stuff. Actually, I do want that arrow. I've been saving up the arrows. Which is another reason why I have it set on a toggle, because there are a few things that I might want to pull out of here. Or I might just want, somebody else might be using the mob farm to gather armor. That's why there is now an anvil over here and a crafting station so that you can easily craft armor together and anvil things together if they have enchantments or whatever. But now all I have to do is I have to right click on this stone right here, and if we look in there fast, clears it all out. That's already gone down. It's in the lava now. It's all gone. Cleared it out. So that's how I am going to be dealing with the excessive amount of items that come out of that. So if it's something I don't want, it can go away real fast. Alright, so now that it's raining, I don't think well, actually we'll fix that because I hear thunderstorms outside. I heard the thunder. I turned my weather up.
A natural thunderstorm.
I turned my weather up just a little bit so that I could
There are turbozu.
But we need to head off back over to kind of where we were at in order to do some astral sorcery. Let me think. What do I need for all of that? So if we look at astral sorcery, we're going to need a altar first, crafting altar. We're going to need, for that, we're going to need to go to one of those crystals that you find in the temples, the shrines or whatever. So we're going to need a couple of, crafting tables, one to put down and one to actually change into a crafting thing. We're going to need some aquamarine. We're going to need some ender pearl. Probably some sticks, I think, if we look. So this is the thing we want to make first. Where is it? Is it even going to give me the recipe for it? Is it not? So to find the recipes, you usually have to look in the actual Astral's tome to learn things and figure things out. So the first two things we're going to want is the luminous crafting table, which is some marble, a sooty marble. That's the thing we need to craft before we head out, because I don't think I have any of that, but we have plenty of marble. Sooty marble is coal, I believe.
Yeah.
So a piece of coal, we'll just make enough of it for this one craft thing. So there we go. Then the other thing we're going to need to make is, of course, the wand that you use with the Astral Sorcery thing, the resonating wand. Just 2 more bits of wand. Okay, so we should have everything we need now. Marble, aquamarine, ender pearl, sooty marble. Now we should check to see what time of day it is. The sun is about to go down, so that's kind of perfect. And I've already set my temp location to one of those crystals. So all we got to do is... Or I thought I did. It's not taking me anywhere. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I thought about doing it, but didn't actually do it. So, well, that's okay. I know where it's at. And it's not too far off. It's back in that desert. Just past that place that we blew up. And since the sun is about to go down, we can use our Eye of the Frugal to teleport up to the surface. Right up here into our thing. So that's one way that I can remember to not have to close the door, is just don't use the door. Oh,
that works.
Yeah, I should mention too, I don't think I've mentioned this on camera yet. We got a new NPC up here in our tower. We have a bard. It's Pelvis Blockley. Lives in our tower now and plays music to anybody that comes by. Ah, my speed wore out. There for a second I was moving a lot faster. Nope. Rubber band, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's that giant... That's going to be funny when somebody comes across that. And
ginormous hole.
Ginormous hole. If anybody asks, make sure you tell them that's what happens to somebody that pisses me off. That's what I do to places that have perturbed me.
Yep.
All right.
Well, everyone's seen what I do to places like that already.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bring a dragon.
Alright, we're back. We made it over here to the floating crystal. I've gone ahead and placed down my teleposer so that I would be able to set my temp location. Is it not working? Maybe it doesn't work while it's inside the thing. It should, though. Oh, maybe it's because I don't have enough space above it? I'm not sure. What's going on here? I'm thinking it's got to be because I have it inside the sigil of holding. Let's pull it out for a second. Set that, and then we can put it back in here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working fine. Okay, yeah, so I guess I have to take it out of the sigil of holding to set it. That's fine. That's actually kind of good because that means I won't accidentally set things improperly in any given time. But, oop, no. Haha, that's funny. I'm trying to split a stack of crafting tables and then it just ends up opening the crafting table. It's kind of funny. But there we go. So we got the crafting table set down underneath that gem right there. Hello. Is that you going by again?
Probably.
Yeah, it was. Okay. I was just making sure it wasn't that dragon that got... I lost a dragon a while back. It just...
Yeah, I lost mine that I was on the back of when I crashed out too.
Oh.
I logged back in and I was falling out of the air and I don't know what happened to the dragon.
Bummer. but not very
So,
surprising.
yeah.
Did I? Oh, it's
Taking
marble.
a look around, see if I can find her.
There we go. There we go. Now we got our resonating wand and our luminous crafting table. I'm just going to leave this here because there's a few things we can use this crystal for later on. And I'm going to leave my temp location set to be down here. But now that we got those two things, oops, we can head back to home. Actually, I could have just went ahead and used the eye, because that would have taken me up to the surface where I actually need to be. Did that? Automatic? Does that mean I don't need a ritual stone to use that? I think that's kind of what that means. I just accidentally clicked on the imperfect ritual stone without using my ritual activator.
Oh.
And apparently that works. Apparently I don't need the ritual activator to activate it. Ah, okay. So that should mean that anybody that walks by it should be able to activate it. Interesting. Okay, so one of the things about this luminous crafting table is it does require a view to the sky for it to work. So we're going to check how much star power we have here up on the roof of our little thing, which is not very great, but that's okay. It's going to be enough to get us through the first few bits, and then we'll move it to wherever it needs to go at that point. So beyond what we've done here so far, now we need to get back into our astral tome and actually start looking at the things. We've opened up a new area of knowledge, which is exploration over here. So the next thing we need to do is make these light wells. Now for that we're going to need some rock crystals, and I believe I've been saving these for quite some time, just for this episode. If we go down, downstairs, and down to bedrock here, there's a couple of rock crystal things here that I uncovered. Now normally you could find these by just holding your resonating wand. In fact, if I hold my resonating wand right now, you can see that there's these little sparkles that are coming off of those rock crystals. Those will help you find them even through solid rock or whatever. And if you're on the surface, you'll also see these trails of light streaming up from the ground. But we need to get these. Ooh, nice. I got 5 off of that one. 5? Yeah. Yes. I also have Fortune 3 on my pick. Let's see how many we get off this one. I only got 3 off of that one, but that's okay. So there we go. We got a bunch of these rock crystals off of those 2. Now to get more, I'm probably going to need to actually search them up or whatever. But actually, let's just let's check the recipe real quick, make sure we have all the materials we need before we head back up there. And we're going to need some specific marble at this point. So we're going to need runed marble and all this other specific stuff. Now I probably want to make sure, now you see each one of these crystals has different purity and cutting. Now I can't remember which one that you can affect early on. I think it's the cutting you can increase, but not the purity. So,
yeah, the cutting with the grindstone wheel.
So I'm going to put away the ones that are the better purities that I currently have, because I might want to hold on to those a little bit. So whichever ones are the highest ones here, and I'm going to save out a few. Also need to just dump off anything that I'm not currently using out of my inventory. And we need to grab some specific marble, which is these things, the runed marble, and I believe the other one was something I don't apparently have in my, or maybe it was this one. Chiseled marble. Let's check that again. Yes, it's chiseled marble and runed marble and some aquamarine. So we need to grab 2 more bits of aquamarine. And then head back up to the surface. Now the music that bard is playing is actually the stuff that ships with the Ancient Warfare. Now it is possible to add your own music using resource packs or whatever. or there's a mod that adds that you can use to add resources. You can also have him play any other music that is part of any other mod or base Minecraft sound. So you can have him play any of the Minecraft sound, any of the Minecraft music. Like I said, if there's a record or anything that's added by a mod that's in your pack, you can have him play them. But you have to know the specific name of it, which can be hard to find that information sometimes. So if we get this all right, it'll show us the item that it's going to craft. To actually craft that item, we have to right click it with the resonating wand, and it'll do this little bit here where it crafts the item and then puts it down. Oh, I got a thing. What is this thing? A flare. It made a flare. Neat. Pretty. Pretty. Okay, so now that we have that, we put this down someplace, and we're just going to set it right there. And this requires a crystal or something. I think there's a number of different crystals you can put there, but that will focus the starlight into the light well and collect it into a fluid. And then once we have a bucket's worth, we can do the next thing that we need to craft. Let's check on that. It's actually, yeah, that's just information about it. The next thing that we need to craft is going to be a Fossick resonator. That's going to show us a better location to build our altar. So we'll see if there's an area near us that is better for the altar. There's got to be someplace better than this, because this is only like, what, a quarter of a bar worth of luminous stuff. Plus, this altar, this crafting area is going to need to get to be much larger, and I don't really want it on the roof here. This is just a convenient place for me to put it for the time being. Aye, aye, aye.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. It takes forever to wait for this. Actually, it's going kind of quick, so that's not bad. It's not too bad at all. As soon as we get our bucket of... It's got to be really close here. There we go. Bucket of liquid starshine. Liquid starlight, I mean. And then it needs to be regular marble and a gold ingot. So we're going to have to go grab that. So back downstairs, grab some regular marble and a gold ingot. I should already have, and 2 aquamarine. Gold ingot, 2 aquamarine. Maybe if I hurry up real fast I can get this before the sun goes down. I almost want to set this to teleport me straight up to the roof, but that might not be the best idea. So it was 2 aquamarine, gold ingot, a regular piece of marble goes on the top. Was that right? Did I do it wrong? I think it's this way. Maybe it's because the sun's up and we don't have enough power. Let's check. It's only 1 aquamarine and 2 marble. Like that. There we go. Fossick resonator. The sun's almost about to come up, but there we go. We got our Fossick resonator. Just because I kind of really need it to be nighttime, I'm gonna check this. Yeah, just open hand works for that. That is interesting. I'm getting a lot of pigs around here, and that is due to the fact that I got this spawner that apparently broke during one of our bug fixes, crash fixes. It broke, and it broke itself into a pig spawner. And this thing apparently doesn't care if anybody's really close to it. It just needs to be loaded, and it makes pigs. And they just overrunning my area. I'm thinking about putting it away, at least for the time being. But it is a nice source of meat to feed my dragons, and it doesn't really help me out too much for food, but I mean, I can bite them. I have done from time to time. and kill them off if they become vampire pigs. We don't need vampire pigs. Although that would be hilarious to leave a bunch of vampire pigs around my place for anybody that comes nearby. Would be chased down by piggies. Okay, so Fossick Resonator. Put it in your hand. And when you have this in your hand, you should be able to see the areas of intense starlight. So we're looking for like a purpley light on the ground nearby. It'd be nice if it was nearby anyway. I'm not seeing much of anything. Now it can sometimes take a while to actually find a place that's going to be worthy of building an altar. I'm hoping that I don't have to actually be really near the ground to see it. Boy, this is not looking very good. There's not a whole lot of places nearby, it looks like.
It's the Fossick Resonator's got about the same range on it as the wand that lets you find the rock crystals.
Okay.
It's just the graphic for it is so much darker that it's harder to spot.
Yeah, I found a spot, but that's a really terrible location to build. So let's keep looking. But there's a potential spot, but you can see what it looks like whenever you do find one of those spots. It's just like a patch of dark mist on the ground near the location. Now, I believe that just being higher up in the air does matter.
Yeah. It does make a difference.
Does make a difference. So up here, if we found a place like up on the very peak of this mountain, that would be pretty cool. For one, it would just be kind of cool to build on the top of the mountain. Oh, and look at that! Look at that, guys. I think we found the place for our altar. Look at that. Yeah, this is probably the place. Probably the place we can. In fact, we'll just take this little bit of dirt off. One little layer here, and then we'll fill in the rest of it around here. But yeah, this will be the location for it. So let's see here. I can't remember the structure for the next tier altar, but I think this will show it to us. There it is. So it is the sooty marble in a strange pattern here. So we will need a 3x3. Let's see here. Let's get the resonator and take another quick look as to see if we can figure out pretty close to the center here. And it's actually kind of over this way a little bit. So we'll put our sooty marble down here. What was that?
That was for getting excited.
Well, yeah, we're excited. We found a great location to build.
Yep.
And it's a neat looking location. Now, I think what I might actually do is since I was looking for a good reason to use some more of those illuminators, they will only go like 20 blocks at a time. But I will be able to use the illuminators to bring people up here, and then I'll make another path of illuminators that'll take us back down. So I think that might be cool.
Yeah, luminizers are pretty fun.
Yeah. Now we'll just have to figure out.
What's also fun is you can force entities into them too.
Oh, I did not realize you could make them, make other entities do that.
There's a luminizer launcher.
Luminizer launcher. Ooh, okay.
It'll send either living entities or item entities along the luminizer pathways.
Oh, I see. Yeah, luminizer launcher. Oh, that could be fun. I noticed that there's a couple of detectors and forks and things like that, and toggles. You can definitely do some stuff with that. So maybe I'll be able to save myself a few illuminizers if I can figure out a way to make a loop that doesn't loop, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
But we need to go get the rest of our stuff, but and get this rest of this altar build up. I'm gonna actually build this altar up a little bit off camera, and we'll get back to doing more astral sorcery in the next episode, guys. But yeah, this is going to be the location. I want to build this up, make it look nice, get a good way of coming up here and going back down. That feels extremely magical, which I believe the luminizers are definitely going to be perfect for that. And also make sure that I have lots of materials and maybe even have a way to access them up here somehow, or store some astral materials up here or something like that. Probably should also claim this chunk, since this is where we're going to put our stuff. So let's do that real quick. Let's check this out, and we will claim these 4 chunks right up here. In fact, actually we'll go down that way. We'll just do a 3x3 chunk area here. And yeah, I'm gonna build this up and make it look nice. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, do be sure to hit that like button. And until next time, I will catch you later.
Later.